And welcome to Midday. When Larry Maki is on the show, sometimes Marcel has to get our attention and say, hey guys, we're going on air, because I love talking antiques with Larry. Welcome to the show.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you very much. It's always so much fun to come here.
We're glad. It's a treat for us.
Oh, that's great.
So in the summer, do you spend lots of time combing through the antique stores and traveling around and looking?
Not so much. If I'm on the road, I can't help it. I'll go out and, I mean.
I'm sure your family loves that. It's always just
the van I drive turns in automatically. I'm trying to fight it, but it goes in. So I do look a lot. I go to flea markets and sometimes garage sales.
Wherever there are treasures, you can find Larry Maki.
It's just too much fun. It's wonderful. And as I said one time before on this show, an anthropologist at the TRU said to me that I was an urban archaeologist because I saved things that might be thrown away.
All this terminology, it's great. You're creating your own little dictionary. What did you just say to me before? These are pre-digital entertainment. Pre-digital entertainment. I love it. They're not just toys and trucks. They're pre-digital entertainment.
Yeah. This is what you did before you had an iPhone. And other things.
Tell us a little bit about what you brought in today.
Sure. I brought in some very beautiful little pressed tin toys. And some of them are from the United States. There's a company called Wyandotte, named after an Indian tribe. It's an actual place in eastern United States, and the company is called Wyandotte. That makes some of these pressed toys. They made that yellow cord car out front.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then the other ones I have are Lincoln. There's a Lincoln, and that's Canadian, and they came in after the Second World War. Wyandotte started in the 1920s, where they started right after the Second World War, the Canadian one, and they're beautiful vehicles. The kids loved them. They were inexpensive at the time. They're not now, but they were wonderful entertainment. There's one little Dinky toy there. That's the smallest one, hence the name Dinky. But
gonna pick up this guy.
Yeah, that's a little Woody wagon, and they're very collectible. This is in reasonable shape. It's not great shape. It's been used, and some of the paint is removed.
Which it should be. I mean, even look at these. I think of my boys. They would have driven these around in the sandbox and in the dirt. And
these are remarkable for their condition. That little American Express, that's not the credit card. It was an American Express company.
It was something before it
that delivered things. There's a little door missing off the back. But otherwise, the lithograph tin is just in beautiful condition. It's just wonderful. All of these cars, the Cord was one of my favorite cars. I never got to ever use one or see one in real life.
So this is the next best thing for you.
This was the next best thing, and they were for movie stars, that style of car.
Yeah,
that was the ultimate.
In the back seat.
Yeah.
Where did you discover that? Where did you find that particular?
These belong to a friend of mine. He has a collection that, you know, as soon as you look at it, you know how beautiful it is. You just go like this. That's nice. It's just too much to believe. His man cave is to die
for.
It is.
Amazing.
It is.
I can't even. So he let you borrow these to bring them on the show.
Yeah, and I can't even describe the stuff that he has.
Awesome.
It's phenomenal.
He had. Give him a shout out. Are you going to give him a shout out? What's his name?
Oh, he likes to be called anonymous.
Oh, okay.
But he has a couple of big trucks like this with the BA. The gas trucks, Esso and Texaco, and I couldn't bring them on. They're so huge, you know, and big railroad trains and
amazing treasure trove
stuff. Yeah,
great. And we have lots of other treasures.
I brought some other stuff. This was a board game, and it's been given as a Christmas gift in 1930 from somebody named Gert to her grandchildren.
How do you know that?
Oh, it's written on the inside. Sure,
that's great.
Sure. Right in there.
Right in there. Oh, and it doesn't look very different than my grandma's writing. Love it.
And this was by Parker Brothers. What makes this one kind of distinctive, if you notice, it's KKK, which is weird today because if you had anything KKK.
It's associated with something else.
Yeah, this is comical conversation cards, but they highlighted the 3 Ks, and it's not anything to do with that. So I imagine they
rebranded it.
I think they did. And Parker Brothers is one of the greatest toy makers or games makers ever.
Classic.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what is the game itself?
Well, it was comic cards. So you had these little cards with Gasoline Alley. That was a cartoon in the newspapers of the day.
One.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a very popular one. The cards are still in there. And it was a simple, easy kids game to play.
Excellent. It would probably still be popular then.
Yeah. And then in the day before digital again, they had these little 8mm films. I brought this one because this was the one that before we had all this freedom of expression, I don't know, nudity or whatever, this was one of these little films you could get.
Is this a censored one? Or?
No, yeah, it's a censored one. Glamorettes, it's called.
Okay.
And it was entitled Svelte Sweethearts.
Oh, wow.
So you can see that.
I feel like people used to be more creative in the naming of things, and I appreciate it because.
And you don't hear svelte much anymore.
No, that takes some imagination. Larry, you and I need to come up with something that we can name with the word svelte in it because
that's right.
That's fantastic.
So that would be a fun one to look at just to see. It shows the beauties of that period. You
and
know,
the fashion too. To me, the fashion is interesting.
fashions as well.
Yeah, even in those small little images, you can see
that's right.
the fun fashion. That's great.
And the other one is another 8mm, and this is again, television was around when this was out. This is 53, but it's a film of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, this I would be interested
Yeah,
in.
so that's a nice little, and the boxes look so nice. They're nice displays if you have a place to put them, and you have a toy section for that. Yeah.
These would even look great in like a shadow box or something like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of that stuff. Old magazines have been reframed, and I've seen a couple of pubs and other places where they line them up around
Beautiful.
And they stand out like crazy.
Larry, it's always a treat to visit with you. We love having you in. Thanks so much for bringing your treasures and all of your collectibles.
Very, very welcome.
If you'd like to contact Larry, you can email Maki, M-A-K-I, @telus.net. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.